Hi everybody, this is Erica and I am completely makeup free today, and the reason I am, and I'm just kind of sitting in natural light, is I just wanted to show my skin at its natural state as closely as possible. So I have been on retinoids for almost 20 years, if not 20 years. It might have hit that point. So I am now 49 years old, almost 50, and my skin looks in as good a shape as I can get it to look. I don't know how I knew, like around my late 20s, early 30s, like around 30, to use retinoids, because I was a voracious reader of fashion magazines, but at that time it wasn't being touted the way it is being touted now. Like it's everywhere now. So the information wasn't as broad when I was 30. But I started using SPF pretty religiously in my early 20s, and I was an 80s kid, so we never used SPF. But, and I don't know how instinctively I knew, like when I hit adulthood, that I should be using SPF. Again, because it wasn't as big as it is now. Now it's everywhere, and SPF is a huge market in the beauty industry and in just the general healthcare industry. So, so in my early 20s, I started becoming pretty religious with SPF, but there were ways that I was not good about it. So I kind of saw SPF as a way to like protect my face, but I did not protect my neck. And my neck does have like a necklace, as you can see. It does show more signs of photo aging than my face does. So I did not spread it down to my neck. I wasn't great about covering my hands. I wasn't, like, we're just so much more informed nowadays. And I wasn't as careful about reading the bottle and looking at the UVA rating. So now I do. I am very careful. We're so much more informed about SPF that I don't just look at the SPF factor. So I don't just look at like SPF 50, SPF 30, SPF whatever. I look at what is the PA rating, or I look at how high up the zinc oxide rating is. Because basically what I'm wanting to protect is not only from skin cancer and things like that, but also from photo aging. So this started like around my early 20s. I was using SPF, and then in my around the age of 30, I started using retinol pretty religiously. And so I kind of had like an inner esthetician in me, like from a very young age. And I just remember the first product that I used was Rock, and I used that for years. And their marketing was very appealing to me because it was very simple, and it didn't over promise and under deliver. So it wasn't saying it was going to like cure everything and make me look really young. It just said, you know, I remember I think it's still on their packaging, but it just says, we'll keep our promises. And I don't know, because I wasn't educated back then on retinoids and retinol and things like that, about just basically how effective it was. But I started religiously using it around the age of 30, if not maybe a year or two before. So it's now that I'm at the age of 49, it's been close to like 19 years. And I switched over to Tretinoin in about 4 years ago, maybe 4 to 5 years ago, and did see a visible difference in my skin, an improvement despite getting older. So, you know, my skin, I think, looks as good as it can for my age, and I think it looks, I'm fairly happy with the way it looks. I think it looks healthy. I think it looks like it's taken care of. The funny thing is now that we have so much information about retinoids, now that I'm an esthetician and I ask clients if they use retinoids, most of them say no. They just are not. They seem kind of disinterested in it, and they're not really looking for retinoids. But those are the two strongest things. I don't remember peeling or anything like that on retinol. It's a much weaker form of retinoid than tretinoin. Tretinoin is straight vitamin A derivative that is just, the skin recognizes immediately as being vitamin A. And retinol has to go through 2 conversion processes to be basically recognized by the skin as being, a vitamin A derivative. So whether that process occurs in the skin, and basically what I've heard is that as the conversion processes occur, it does weaken. So it's a much, much weaker form, and they've said that tretinoin is about 10 times stronger than retinol. So I naturally kind of progressed in my skincare routine as, now that I'm approaching 50, I'm aware of all of the changes that are happening as far as, collagen production, menopause, perimenopause, things like that, how they're going to affect my skin. So, going into my 50s, I am fairly happy with the condition of my skin, and I've never had any cosmetic procedures done. I've never had injectables, I've never had Botox, I've never had any of it. I just, every morning, like as if I'm brushing my teeth, I put on sunscreen, and now I'm careful to put it all over my face. I put it on my neck, I put it on my ears, and I put it on the back of my hands. And that's just in kind of like non-summer weather. And obviously in summer weather I put more on my body. And it's just, I don't think about it. It's just become so natural to me. Like brushing your teeth or brushing your hair or whatever. It just feels like part of my day. And then using retinoids at night has become very natural to me. I have taken breaks where I've given my skin a break from retinoids because they are so powerful, and I don't want to really, if I can tell my skin barrier is starting to get impacted, or there's just kind of too many actives on my skin, I've taken up to a 2-month break from retinoids, but I always end up going back. I think what I've most noticed in my skin is just very even tone and texture, minimal fine lines, minimal wrinkles. I'm not saying my skin is perfect, it's not, but it's as good a condition that it's going to look, and I think I owe it all to retinoids. The other thing that I owe it to that I would really emphasize to people is probably one of the most effective things you're going to do to take care of your skin is your lifestyle. So it is the food choices you're making. It is whether you drink or smoke. It is whether you abuse drugs. It is whether you sunbathe. It's those lifestyle choices add up. So having a very healthy diet also has been a critical role in keeping my skin as healthy as possible. So for me, I just did a weight loss kind of wellness journey video, but the cleaner and more kind of whole foods produce, kind of focused I eat, the better I am. When I cut out saturated fats, when I cut out processed foods, when I cut out sodas, things like that, my skin looks a lot better. So those are things that we just kind of overlook, and they're not too expensive. So instead of going in, what is it, a small amount of, what is the saying? A small amount of prevention is worth a pound of cure, or something like that. Someone's going to correct me. But I feel that's kind of the way I feel about it, is like it's investing in prevention and not investing in like trying to fix a problem. So I try to prevent the problem from occurring in the first place, so I don't have to do expensive procedures, into my 60s or something like that, or I'm not approaching my 50s feeling like, oh my god, I've got to do a lot of work. So I'm fairly happy with my skin going into my 50s, and it's definitely like such a milestone in my life where I'm now like, AARP is like stalking me, and like I have to get colonoscopies and mammograms and all that fun stuff that you have to get when you're in your 50s. But, I'm pretty happy with my skin health, and just wanted to jump on and talk to people about a pretty non-expensive but effective way to keep your skin looking its best. So have a great day. Thank you for watching. Bye.